all the perspective yet?
No. It's kind of comes in waves. Hard time thinking about it without getting emotional again and talking about it. So it's going to take whatever time to kind of get over this and be able to use this as a motivation going into next year and this summer. But haven't really dealt with it completely yet.
Does it make it harder because you're never sure if you'll get back there again, or do you find hope in saying this team is so young, this could be an experience that we build off of, and this could make us better in the long run?
I think a little bit of both. I don't think anyone can take anything for granted. You look at, Colorado now finally getting over that second round, and obviously a great team making it to the finals, and but still it's never a guarantee. But definitely, on the other side of things, I think definitely a good experience for our group, and this is furthest I've ever been to. So I think just using this as a motivation, not just the loss, but also the, seeing the fans at Bryant Park, seeing the fans at Game 6 at the Garden, it's been awesome. It's tough to start the playoffs personally, and but I think I really got to enjoy it and try to enjoy it as much as I could. It was an awesome experience, but obviously hurts not playing Game 7 tomorrow.
Mika, do you think that the "Don't Quit in New York" catchphrase, do you think that really defined this team? Do you think that's a fair way of looking at your group and what you accomplished and what you tried to accomplish?
Yeah, definitely. Quit in New York doesn't mean that we will, never lose. But the one thing that we didn't do was, we did not quit. Even the last game, was up to that very last second. And I think that's one of the things I'm most proud of about this, the group and the team that we have. Didn't matter the situation. We knew we were always going to either bounce back or, keep fighting. And I think that's been obviously one of the biggest reasons why we got so far. And that's I've said it before. That's what I love about this team.
Were there things that you proved to yourself you could do during this run, and were there things that at the end you might have identified that you're going to need to do better to get to the next step next year?
Yeah, I think, again, I think it's going to take, some time to kind of digest all of this, and we'll have a couple months now to kind of look over it and prepare, and when we come back to be able to look at the things that we did well, some, the stuff that we have to keep going with, and obviously, things that we can do better. But I think a lot of times, even early on in your career as a player, you're always focusing on what you can do better, what you can improve. And a lot of people talk about, the weaknesses that you have to improve, but I think it's as important to work on the strengths. And I think if we can get even better at the things that we do good already, we're always going to be better off and raise our level. And I think that's what everyone wants.
Are you talking about yourself individually also?
Yeah, I think it goes for everyone. For me individually, I think I got to learn about myself a lot more. 40 days in the playoffs sounds, like a long time, but also a short time to kind of figure out what kind of character and the ups and downs during the playoffs to really test you. And I think that's something I'll be able to look back at and learn from and be stronger from.
Mika, for 3 rounds, the other team matched you. They wanted to focus on you, whether it was, Crosby loves to play best on best, so that was the first round. Stahl, obviously, their line, and Cirelli. It was all about focused on you and your line. Do you look at that and say, you know, can you take that as a confidence vote? Like therefore, like like this is where I've come to now in my career. And does that matter to you?
Yeah, I mean, obviously want to focus on what I have to do on the ice, and you know, I honestly would be lying if I said I didn't care who I play against. But obviously, that's when that happens, and especially in a playoff series when you're playing the same team, best out of seven. You know, it's definitely something that you know, I don't feel like I'm done in the sense of, you know, getting better as a player. But definitely, you know, I feel like that has been the next step, and you know, it's definitely, if you see it in a positive way, it's a, you know, a compliment if they're trying to pay that much attention to our line, and you know, and I think it's fun. I think it's fun to go, you know, head to head against those guys and having that challenge. If it's not a challenge, I said this I think after or before Game 6. If it's not a challenge, it's not fun. Guys at this level, you know, we're talking hockey, any other sport, you want that challenge, and I think that's what drives people, and that's what drives people at this level, and I think that's, you know, definitely an extra motivation to come even better next year.
Mika, we've seen it play out with the chemistry on the ice with you and Chris over the years, but the off-ice relationship seems to be really important to both of you, the way that you support each other. I mean, how much is that something that, especially during the playoffs, when time ups, downs, whatever, like how much do you guys rely on each other? What insight can you give us into that relationship and what it means?
I mean, it means a lot, obviously. It's the only guy that was here when I got traded here. And, you know, having that relationship, I think that kind of puts things in perspective. I think we're it's funny, I feel like we give each other the same advice. You know, I can give him the same advice he's going to give me, you know, a week later when things are not going for me. And just having that relationship, I think that it just allows you to demand more from each other on the ice, because it's never going to be personal, and I feel like that has been, you know, a big part of our group as well, as a whole, as a team. You know, we've enjoyed every road trip. You know, every time you come to the rink, it's everyone's really close, and I think, you know, that helps too, to be able to demand more from each other without having it, you know, go over to anything personal, anything. It's just everyone wants to succeed. Everyone wants to see the guy next to you succeed, and I think that's definitely a thing that we have to, you know, keep harping on. And I think that, you know, with the relationships that we have with each other in that locker room, that definitely helps.
Mika, what is Ryan Stromness to this team on and off the ice?
A lot. I mean, we used to play against each other when we were during World Juniors and the, you know, the national games, and then obviously being able to play with him now. He's such a, you know, character guy in our locker room, and big leader, and, you know, knows when to be serious, and he knows when to, you know, get the guys to kind of loosen up a little bit, and he's such a big part of our team. He has been since, you know, day one, and you know, it's such a smart hockey player, incredible to bounce ideas off of, and you know, just talk really about anything, and he's been a huge part of our team.
We always talk about proverbial big moments. You can bring it to next year. You guys won 2 Game 7s. You took the champs to 6 games. When you get the big perspective later on in the summer, what will that mean for you next year and going forward?
I don't think I have a good answer for you right now, honestly. Since I can't really put in a big perspective right now, I think I'll have a better answer for you in September when we see you guys again. But unfortunately, I don't have a good answer for you right now.